Hello, what is up? So, again, I am super excited. I got all kinds of goodies in the mail today. This one I am especially stoked for. This is yet another release from the Transformers Shattered Glass line. This is a 2-pack featuring Rodimus and Sideswipe, along with Whisper. If you're not familiar with the Shattered Glass line, what it is, the concept being the Autobots are evil and the Decepticons are the good guys. So, like, the general color schemes are swapped between the two. Some updated character designs. The Autobots tend more towards, like, black and dark gray and whatnot, and the Decepticons sort of have, like, the brighter colors usually associated with Autobots. I've got quite a few of the other Shattered Glass figures. I haven't been disappointed in one yet. So yeah, again, super stoked for this. Take a closer look at the packaging here. We've got our boys Rodimus and Sideswipe. See, you can tell that Rodimus is evil. Sorry about that glare. Because he has a goatee, and that is the most surefire way to tell that someone is evil. If you've ever watched any movies and TV shows, you know that evil doppelgangers always have goatees. That's like a dead giveaway. And here we have Sideswipe. I just recently made a video about the G2 Sideswipe, who's one of my favorite recent Transformers figures. I freaking love that dude. So hopefully this dude, this Sideswipe here, is equally badass. On the side, we've got, again, Sideswipe with his evil goatee. Or, I'm sorry, obviously, Rodimus with his evil goatee. On the back, we have the figures in robot and vehicle mode. I'm probably not going to transform them right now, actually, so let's just take a closer look at the vehicle mode on here. I really like that vehicle mode for Sideswipe. That car looks badass. I love the way that color scheme looks in the vehicle mode. And then we have the Rodimus Hot Rod car there, also looking pretty cool. But man, I love the Sideswipe car. That looks pretty awesome. And then we have some character art of evil Decepticon Sideswipe, and this, I presume, is Whisper. So yeah, without any further ado, let's crack this bad boy open. Well, guys and gals, we have what I would consider to be bad news. Because, as I mentioned, I was not planning on transforming these figures just yet. But unfortunately, it seems I have no choice because, unlike most figures I've bought in the past few months, they actually arrive in vehicle mode. But I guess that gives us a chance to check out the cars that I was just raving about a second ago. So let's take a look again at vehicle mode of Sideswipe. Yeah, looks pretty sweet. I freaking like it. It's a pretty awesome color scheme. I really like this. Gosh, what is it? Like a seafoam green? I don't even know. I've got the evil Autobot logo here, symbol, whatever you want to call it. Purple Autobot logo. Some battle damage on the hood of the car, obviously. I got some detailing you can see under the windshield there. On the bottom, see some robot bits and bobs. Yeah, looking pretty cool. And then Rodimus, who looks, actually like this vehicle mode more now that I see it in hand than I did looking at the photos on the back of the box. It's odd how that works sometimes. So yeah, it looks pretty sweet. I really like the red windshield. Is a pretty nice touch. That makes it look pretty badass. Obviously you've got the cool flame design with, again, the purple evil Autobot logo. Some, exhaust, I guess. You can tell I'm a car guy. Exhaust or something. Pipes here and some, whatever, doodads, part of the engine, I guess. I don't know anything about cars. And again, on the bottom, you see some bits and bobs from the robot version of Rodimus. And I am assuming this must be Whisper, who I don't remember who Whisper is, I gotta be honest. Gosh, even Whisper arrives in vehicle mode. Odd. So he's like a little drone plane thing. I'm not quite certain. Whatever you want him to be, I guess. It showed him popped onto the top. Was he popped onto the top of the car on the box here? Yeah, I'll figure that out later. So yeah, here we go. Again, the vehicle car modes of Shattered Glass Sideswipe and Shattered Glass Rodimus, both looking pretty badass. And what is this? This is probably weapons and stuff. Alright, there's all kinds of stuff going on here. Where's the... Oh no, where's the directions? Oh no! Oh gosh, okay. I will, I guess, be back at what will be, for me, a later point in time after I have finally gotten a chance to transform these fellas. I will be back then. Okay, so first we have the robot mode of Shattered Glass Sideswipe. Looking pretty cool. Let's do a quick 360 here to take him in. So yeah, it is the exact same sculpt or mold or whatever you want to say as the G2 Sideswipe. Let's take a closer look here. Maybe, if I can get my thing to cooperate. Again, we've got the battle damage across the chest. Cool seafoam green and gray color scheme. Let's get his head. Take a closer look at his face there. Articulation, of course, going to be the same as it was on the G2 Sideswipe. So arms forward, backward, horizontal, up to shoulder height. Can rotate on the upper arm right here. Waist side to side. Not a waist joint that bends forward and backwards, but don't really need one because the legs bend basically the same, function the same as a waist joint would. Legs forward, backward, out to waist height horizontally. Knee bend, no rotation on the upper leg, but head up, down, left, right. So yeah, there we go. I should have grabbed my, oh my gosh, what's going on with my camera? Woo, don't get seasick there. Looks pretty cool. I must say, I like the G2 Sideswipe quite a bit more. I should have grabbed him. Actually, let me go do that. 1 second. So yeah, here he is with the G2 Sideswipe. The G2 Sideswipe just kind of pops quite a bit more. It stands out a lot more. But I do like this guy as well. He looks pretty cool. But I'm going to be perfectly honest. The primary reason that I bought this 2-pack is for the Shattered Glass Rodimus. So his transformation is quite a bit more involved than Sideswipe's. It's many more steps and looks much more confusing to me at first glance. So I have not attempted it yet. I will be back once I have, hopefully, successfully transformed our boy Rodimus. Okay, so a few hours later, here we finally have the robot mode of Shattered Glass Rodimus. I'm not gonna lie, I struggled quite a bit transforming this dude. It took me longer than it probably had any right to. Although that probably says a lot more about me than it does about the figure itself or the directions. But in any case, it was well worth it because, holy cow, this dude is awesome. I love this figure. Just from the general design with the purple and black color scheme that I think looks super slick on Rodimus, to all the small touches and attention to detail. For example, as you can see here, the fingers on each hand are actually articulated, so you can open and close his fists as need be. Or this red visor, which can actually be taken on and off. Well, technically, it can't be taken off, but you just pop the top of his head up, and you can slide that visor under there if you do not want him rocking the red visor for whatever reason. To the accessories, which he came with quite a few, but I especially like the Matrix. I thought that was a cool little touch. And this spinning sort of energy disc weapon that you can swap in for one of his normal hands. I think he looks super badass with that on there. It's a pretty killer weapon in my opinion. Let's do a quick 360 here. Oh yeah, another added bonus. As you can see, there's not really any kibble. Unless you want to count this as kibble. I would not. It looks like it could just be part of his normal character design. So it definitely doesn't look, like there's just random parts just jutting out awkwardly. So I wouldn't count that as kibble. So a nice clean transformation as well. Yeah, as far as articulation, Arms, forward and backward, obviously. Can raise horizontally up to shoulder height. No rotating joint on the upper arm or the forearm. There is rotation on the wrist if you keep his normal hands on there. Head can... that's weird. Okay, the head actually does not appear to move side to side or up and down, unless it's just incredibly stiff, but I'm afraid to put any more pressure than that on it. So don't believe that the head moves. Waist side to side. No forward bend at the waist itself, although we do have these hip joints here and here, which basically function the same as if he had a forward bend at the waist, for all intents and purposes. Legs forward, backward, horizontally up to waist height. Knee bend, again, no rotating joint on like the upper or lower leg, but no big deal. Still a good amount of articulation. But yeah, I mean, just look at that dude. That is an awesome looking figure. In my opinion, this is one of the coolest Transformers figures Hasbro has put out as of late. Which is pretty high praise, because I've loved pretty much all the figures I've bought recently. As for the 2-pack itself as a whole, let's actually bring in the Shattered Glass Sideswipe as well. Shattered Glass Sideswipe is pretty cool. To be perfectly honest, I'd probably like him quite a bit more if I had not just recently purchased the G2 Sideswipe, which we have here. If I'm being perfectly honest, I just think he kind of pales in comparison to the G2. Not quite on the level of the G2 in my opinion, but definitely not a bad figure. I like the seafoam green is a pretty unique color for a Transformers figure. I like these goofy sort of baton type weapons, whatever those are. Those are cool. But the real star of the show, again, if you ask me, is the Shattered Glass Rodimus, which I just love to death. I mean, that dude is super badass. Again, looks awesome in vehicle mode and robot mode. Lots of, attention to detail and cool little touches. Nice clean transformation without really any kibble. Lots of cool accessories and just looks badass in general. Can't wait to play with this dude. I'm already scheming ways to get my hands on a second one, so I have one to display and one to play with. I forgot, I also have Whisper here. I mean, I didn't look at the directions, but I think that's pretty much all there is to his robot mode. Whatever. Well, not whatever. I don't want to demean it. It's a cool little bonus. It's a nice little throw-in, having an extra little mini Transformer. But I'm going to go way out on a limb and guess that no one is buying this 2-pack specifically because of Whisper. But there's the whole crew there. So yeah, I highly recommend this 2-pack. Recommend it even more highly if you do not already have a Sideswipe, or if you particularly like this Sideswipe. I'm recommending it almost entirely based on the Rodimus itself, which, to be perfectly honest, I probably would have gladly paid what I paid for this 2-pack just for the Rodimus figure. I think he's worth the price of admission in and of himself. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give this 2-pack 2 thumbs up. So yeah, until next time, thank you for watching, and goodbye.